Hey there YouTube, it's Nick with Feeding Fitness. Today I'm going to do a review of the program I have been on for the last several months. This is Jonnie Candito's 6-week strength training program. I decided I wanted to prioritize strength for this bulk, and Jonnie's program, I thought I'd try it out, and then I liked it so much I just kept doing it. Now it's a 6-week program, but it's meant to be done over and over and over. It's not just 6 weeks and you get off of it and do something else. The program is an upper-lower split. And you're going to work out 3 to 5 times a week. He recommends for intermediates or advanced, not for beginners. He does have a beginner program, so if you are a beginner, check that one out. I'm going to link in the description his website with the program, and now I'm going to explain a little bit about the program and why I like it. One thing that's super nice is it works based off of 1 rep max percentages. So that's how much you know. It'll tell you what to lift for all the big lifts or what your goals should be. But you don't have to do any of the math because he's included an Excel file where you can just plug in your maxes and the program just spits out what days you do what lifts and how much you should be lifting. And that is nice. So the upper-lower split gives you a lot of flexibility in the exercises you want to do. On the upper days, you're always going to do bench, and then you're going to do 3 accessory lifts and then 2 optional lifts. The accessory lifts, you should do the same ones for the whole 6 weeks, and then the optional lifts, you can change every single day that you do that, or you can just not do them. They are optional. If you're just having a really crappy day and you need to get out of the gym, you can do that. You can skip those lifts. I usually do them. So mainly for my accessory lifts, I do like a single arm row, I do seated overhead press, and I do a lat pull down like the closed grip. And then for the optional ones on the upper day, I always do something for curls, and then the other one, I'll do whatever I want. I'll do chest flies, pec deck, lateral raise. Sometimes I do triceps, but your triceps get hit pretty hard doing bench and overhead press, so you don't really have to overkill the triceps. And that's upper day. For lower day, you're always going to do squat. Sometimes you'll do deadlift. Those are the 2 big lifts that you're tracking. So the idea of this program is to improve your squat, bench, and deadlift. And on the days you don't deadlift, you do a deadlift variant. So you can do rack pulls, which is what I do, deficit deadlifts, you could do stiff leg deadlifts, any of those things are appropriate. And then for your optional lifts, I usually do something for calves, and then I usually do something else for hamstrings. I feel my quads get hit enough on squats because I do high bar and I do sumo deadlift, so that's going to hit my quads harder anyway, so I've just got to bring up the hamstring. So I'll usually do like a glute ham raise or a leg curl and then something for calves. But enough about that. Let me tell you why I love the program. First of all, I've had a lot of trouble bringing up my bench press. It's just been a lift that's been sticking forever. It's the worst of my lifts. This program has really helped. It's been the one thing that's let me progressively, each cycle get stronger on the bench. So that I'm very happy about. It also just works. I feel like the way the percentages are set up, I'm lifting what I should every time. It takes me just to the point where, I'm looking at the paper, I'm thinking about what I need to lift that week, and I'm going, oh, this is going to be rough. I don't know if I'll get it, and I'll get just enough, to increase for the next time, which to me is perfect, especially if you're an intermediate, you've been lifting for a little while. If you can make that kind of progression, you've found a good program. I like the flexibility about changing my lifts. I can change the main lift or the accessory lifts every cycle, and then the optional lifts I can change every workout. That's very nice. And just taking my brain out of the equation, I plug in my numbers, it tells me what to lift, I do it. So I can't get in my own head and try and mess with things. So those are all things I like a lot about the program. There are a couple negatives. For some of you, if you have to lift the same days every week, this program doesn't always allow you to do that. For me, day of the week is almost meaningless. I work weekends, I work night shift, it doesn't matter. So that kind of a setup doesn't bother me, but you could play around with the days enough that you could make it work for you, I'm certain. The other nice thing, I said it's a 6-week strength training program, and it is, but you have some options on week 5. Week 5, you will always do for your main lifts, you'll do 1 to 4 reps of, I think it's 95% of your 1 rep max. Now after you do that, you have 2 choices. You could proceed to week 6 and actually try to hit your new 1 rep max goal, or you can take what you did on week 5, use an equation, and use that as your new lift before you start a new cycle. And I like to do that because I don't necessarily like to hit 1 rep maxes if I don't have to, especially not once every 6 weeks. Now, I'm not doing powerlifting competitions at the moment, and I do still have a lower back injury, so for me, I don't like to deadlift something I can't pull at least twice, at least for now. As I become more comfortable, I'm sure I'll start transitioning to that, but for now it's perfect for me to be able to hit a double or a triple of something and then plug in my new numbers. But if you're actively thinking about competing in powerlifting and you want to get ready for meets, this is a great way you actually hit your 1 rep max. You actually hit the weight that you're going to have to hit in competition. So that's great that you have that flexibility. So all in all, this is a 2 thumbs up program. If you are interested in powerlifting or you just want to get your strength up, this is a great program and I encourage all of you guys to check it out. Also, don't get confused, even though it's not a bodybuilding program, there's no reason why if you follow this program and you eat right, you won't also make muscle gains. Any program with progressive tension overload where you're lifting more weights and proper diet, you will make muscle gains, and they'll be good ones too. I've put on a decent amount of mass through doing this program compared to where I am in my lifting career. So great program. I encourage all of you guys to check it out. Again, I will link in the description to where you can get the program. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Questions or comments down below or at Facebook at facebook.com/feedingfitness. And I'll see you guys next time.